A very warm welcome to one and all. I'm back again with yet another update on the CAT 22 exam. Now, let's see what update has the IIM officially released. See, this is the website and the new notification is about the official CAT mock test, right? Now, how to access it, what all to consider, what all to take care of, and how to select the questions is what we are going to discuss in this particular video of mine, right? But before starting the lecture, I would like you all to subscribe to our channel. If you like the content, please do hit the like button and do share it amongst your friends so that they can make the maximum use of this particular video, right? So now I'll get started, guys. So this is the website that you guys need to visit, that is iimcat.ac.in. Here you have to scroll down. First thing that I would like to refer to everyone is that you have to see the mock test navigation guide. Why? Because see guys, we've usually seen that most of the students make error while attempting the paper. This can be any technical error as well. So in order to make sure that we don't make any technical errors on the final day of the exam, this is what we need to actually know, and this is how we need to give the official mock at least once, right? So let's just see what it is. So this is what I have clicked here, right? I've downloaded the file. Now what I'll do is I'll go through it quickly, right? I'll just give you a brief about what it is so that it is clear to you how to attempt the mock, how to, mark your answers in the final test so that there's some clarity and you're not confused about it, right? Let's just see. This is the PDF that will open in front of you guys. So this is what it is, and this is the official PDF, guys. So please do consider it, right? So first thing here is that you will be given the link on which you will have your official mock. That is nothing but 2021 CAT actual paper, right? So that is what they've given as mock this year, right? Now this is how it will open, right? This is the link, and after you click on the link, this window will open. Here the login ID and password are already set, which are standard for everybody. You just have to click on the sign in button, right? Then they'll ask for your confirmation, right? This is the kind of window that you guys will see. Here, this you have to just click it, right? Here a tick mark will come, and then you can always access the mock, right? See, I am ready to begin. This is the next window that will appear, right? And then you will see the first question, right? This is how your final window will look. See, I hope it is clear to everyone. This is how the final window will look even on the day of the exam. So please make sure you consider to see this very carefully, right? See guys, here. Can you see this? Can you see this side? Is it clearly visible, guys? See, this is the answered question, the number of answered questions. This is not answered question. This is not visited questions. Then we have marked for review questions, and then we have answered and marked for review questions, right? One thing that they have written in brackets which you should always consider is that they have written will be considered for evaluation. What does this mean? This means that if you have already chose the option that answered and marked for review, if this option has been chosen, then what will happen is that even though if your answer is wrong or even if it is right, it will be evaluated, right guys? So please make sure that choose this option for only those questions which you are really clear about. Otherwise, what will happen is if you are not really sure or you are not clear about that particular answer, then it might lead to negative marking. So in order to ensure that you do not fall prey to negative marking, this is something that you need to consider, and this is a very important point that you should mark, right? This is the first thing that I would like you all to notice, right? Second thing, let's just move ahead and see, right? See guys, this is the next option that you will see here. This is a calculator option, right? See, I don't really prefer it for everybody, but if you find that there is some calculation that actually requires a calculator and that cannot be solved manually, then obviously you can take this option, right, of calculator, but it is a wastage of time according to me. So please don't use it. Only if there is a case wherein the calculation is really hard, it cannot be done manually, then use this option. Otherwise, please don't take this option, right? Then we'll move ahead, guys. See, here will be the time, right? This will be the timer here, right? You have to keep on checking it so that you complete your paper and the number of questions that you actually want to attempt on time. So please make sure that even while you are solving the official mock, then also you consider these points and take them into recognition, right? Next thing that you guys have to make sure is that you have to consider this video, right? You have to consider this particular question palette wherein you will have the number of questions that you have already marked, that you have already checked. And see, here also again you have to see these kind of questions. You have answered the question as well as flagged it as marked for review. For example, you are not clear that I am not particularly sure about this particular question, that what you need to do is, then you need to remove this option from that particular question, because this will lead to negative marking. Yet again I am saying it, that please do make sure of this particular option, guys, right? So the first option says that you have not visited the question yet, that you have never seen this question. Next one is you visited the question but you've not answered it, right? Next is you have answered the question but you have not flagged it as marked for review. Next is you have not answered the question but have flagged it as marked for review. And the last one is you have answered the question as well as flagged it as marked for review. So what I am saying is, if you want to mark something for review, please don't answer it, right? Next, here again, guys, scrolling is a very good option. You can scroll, you can see the entire passage again. In English, obviously, it will help you guys a lot because you will be able to select the RCs that you actually want to attempt, right? This is what these two signs, that is these two arrows, are there to expand the question area, right? That is just to expand the screen so that you can read it better, right? It can be beneficial for some people, but again, people have this reading, this habit of reading like this, moving their head again and again. Please don't do it. Please stick yourself to the to a particular point, and please do read like that only. There's no need to move your head again and again, right? This lowers down your speed and it will also affect your efficiency in verbal reasoning, of course, right? And in other sections also it might do so, right? Then answering a question, this is how you need to answer the question. Save and next is what you need to do. Even though if you have not saved, if you have not marked this option of saving and moving to the next one, then what you can do is, then you can mark for review and move to next, only if you are sure about it, right? Only these options will be recorded and you will be evaluated on these two bases only, right? Then navigating through the options, this you already know. Zooming out and zooming in is all that is there, right? This is what was there in the official mock navigation guide, right? Now I'll be moving on to the official mock, right? You'll click on this link, right? You will click on this, that is the official mock link. This window will open. We all know that this window will open. You have to sign in and then you get started. This I've already shown you guys. Here again the instructions are given quite clearly to you all. Then you have to just click here. That is your declaration that you've understood everything, and then you are ready to begin. So this is how the options will be given to you guys, right? Question number 1, 4 sentences below when properly sequenced would yield a coherent paragraph. Decide on the proper sequencing of order of the sentence and key in the sequence of the 4 numbers as your answer, right? Now let's just see what all questions do we have here. See, these are jumbled sentences questions, right? Again, here also we have jumbled sentences, that is sentence rearrangement. If you feel that you are comfortable in sentence rearrangement, you can always start with sentence rearrangement questions. But my personal suggestions to most of the students would be that go with the RCs first, try to solve the RCs first, or at least what you can do is, when you can directly jump to from one question to the other question, what you can actually do is, you can just go through the paper once and select the questions that you actually want to do, right? It will help you to scan the paper and attempt only those questions which you can do with utmost ease, right? So scanning through the paper is a very good option when it comes to papers like this. See, here I am just clicking on the numbers, right? And I am moving ahead. Then you can always go to the previous question options and then you can mark your answers, right? See, this is the first RC, let's say. And what I'll do is, I am smart enough, what I'll do, I'll just read a bit of it and I'll get to know the area or the domain from which the particular RC is taken. I'll just be familiar, if I'm familiar with the words and the domain area, what I'll do is, I'll just simply try to attempt it, otherwise I'll leave it, right? This is what you should do. This is how scanning technique can help you in the verbal section, right? Again, you can directly jump to other questions. If you feel that you are good in a particular section, let's say you are good in DI, right? So you can start from there as well. It is up to you. You can always jump to the questions that you feel you are comfortable in. So, for example, this is the time left here, guys. This is the time left here, right? This is the time left here. This is how the timer will be shown to you guys. This is how you'll get to know how much time is left with you, right? And then I'll just submit it, right? So this is how the verbal section, I did the verbal section, right? So this is how I completed the verbal section, right? Not visited, answered, marked for review, etc. And then, are you sure you want to submit this group? So if you want to submit it, only then can you submit it, right? So if you really feel that you are fine with your attempt, that this is enough for your attempt, then you can always submit it. For example, I've just submitted it, right? So my verbal section is submitted here, right? Now I'll come to DI section. So one thing that you have to see here is that you cannot jump from one section to the other section. You have to go as per they've given in the question paper itself, right? Now, moving on to the DI section. Again, selection of the sets is very important when it comes to DI, right? So what you will do is, again, you will read the questions first. This is what I tell to most of the students, guys. It is better to waste 5 to 10 minutes of yours in selection of questions than to stop in between and be dejected and not able to understand the questions, right? So the very first thing that you need to do is you need to see which kind of questions can you attempt and which questions you should attempt, right? This should be a clarity in your mind that I have to attempt these particular questions only, right? Now, as I'm here on the DI questions, right? So let's just move on to the, let's say, the last question. Here we have 20 questions again, right? So the paper pattern I've already told you, it is the 2021 actual CAT paper. And as you guys might be knowing that in 2021 CAT paper, we had 66 questions, out of which 24 questions were for verbal section. Then 20 questions were of DI. Here also you can see 20 questions in DI. And in the last, that is the quant section, we have 22 questions, right? So this is how the division of marks was there in 2021 paper. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now I'll be moving ahead, right? So again, here also what I'll do is, I'll be submitting it, right? And then I'll be able to access the quants paper, right? So this is your quants paper again, right, guys? So this is what you guys can actually do here, right? For example, if I click on this, then you can see that I have my calculator here. See, this is my calculator, right? This is the calculator that you can always access, right? I hope it is quite clear, guys. Then we have this is what I was talking about, guys. This is a very important thing that you guys need to know, that we have something like this as well. This is the green button. And here, a particular thing is written, that is the question paper, right? See, we have a green button and here what is written? Here it is written question paper, right? You just click on it. What will happen is that instead of jumping from one question to the other, what will happen is you will be able to see the entire question paper of quant section, right? And from here only, first thing that it will save your time, second thing, it will help you in the selection of questions, right? So this is what you can do. You can simply scroll down and you can see the questions and just see which questions can you attempt and which questions to be left, right? I hope it is clear, guys. Now again, I'll be moving on to the last question, let's say, and I'll be submitting it, right? So this is the entire exam summary. I have the quant section here, the number of questions I have attempted and the number of questions I have visited. Again, you have to consider this. Marked, answered and marked for review is something that you have to consider. If you think that there are more number of questions that are here, go back to the paper and just see that whether you have answered and marked for review the right questions or not, right? Otherwise, it can lead to negative marking. Right now, I'll be submitting it. I've submitted it, right? Okay. So I've already given my feedback, right? So this is how you can have an access of the official mock CAT paper, right? Which is nothing but 2021 actual CAT paper. I hope each and everything is clear to you guys. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe. And if you have any doubts, you can always comment in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to help you guys. Thank you so much, guys. And for more such videos, please do subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Thank you so much.